Hi, welcome back. I'd like to continue our conversation about formal organizations and bureaucracies. So let's start with a few definitions. Sociologists define formal organizations as large secondary groups organized to achieve their goals efficiently. A bureaucracy is an organizational model rationally designed to perform tasks efficiently. And a voluntary association is similar to a bureaucracy. However, their foundation is made up of volunteers who have organized on the basis of some mutual interest. Keep in mind that large formal organizations have not always existed. Max Weber stated that until recently, the world's groups and nations have been immersed in what he called a traditional orientation, the idea that the past is the best guide for the present. But with the Industrial Revolution, this way of life no longer worked. Weber stated that rationality should replace the traditional orientation. And rationality is defined as the acceptance of rules, efficiency, and practical results as the right way to approach human affairs. Formal organizations tend to develop into bureaucracies. The larger a formal organization grows, the more likely it is to become bureaucratic. There are several essential characteristics of bureaucracies, including a hierarchy with assignments flowing downward and accountability flowing upward, a division of labor, written rules, written communications and records, and impersonality. Let's take a look at each of these individually. A hierarchy with assignments flowing downward and accountability flowing upward. In essence, this means that the people high in an organization create assignments, and those assignments are completed by people below them. And the people toward the bottom of the organization are accountable for the people that are above them, all the way up to the top of the organization. A division of labor. Each member of a bureaucracy has a specific task to fulfill, which in turn accomplishes the purpose of the organization. Written rules. Most bureaucracies have rules for just about everything, and if not, the longer the organization survives and grows, the more likely new rules will be added. Written communications and records. Bureaucracies depend on formal written memos and reports which accumulate in vast files. And finally, impersonality. It is the position that is important, not the individual who fills the position in any organization. Now, there are several dysfunctions of bureaucracies, including bureaucratic alienation, resisting alienation, the alienated bureaucrat, gold conflict, gold displacement, and bureaucratic incompetence. Let's take a quick look at each of these. Bureaucratic alienation. Individual employee needs often go unfulfilled and they feel more like an object than a human being. Resisting alienation. Because employees may not feel useful, valued, and needed, they form primary groups with other employees to meet their needs. The alienated bureaucrat. An employee who sees himself or herself with no other alternative but to stick it out and continue working there. He or she will only do what has to be done to not get fired. Gold conflict. Gold conflict is when there are varying goals within the organization that conflict with one another. This often results from different parts of the organization not communicating with other parts of the organization. Goal displacement. Goal displacement is when an organization has a major goal and they meet their major goal. A great example of this is the March of Dimes. Once they met their major goal, in order to survive as an organization, they had to come up with a new goal. And that's exactly what the March of Dimes did. Bureaucratic incompetence. Lawrence Peter developed what was called the Peter Principle, a bureaucratic law according to which the members of an organization are promoted for good work until they reach their level of incompetence, the level at which they can no longer do good work. And finally, to wrap up this video, I'd like to talk about what's called the McDonaldization of society. According to sociologist George Richer, the organizational principles that underlie McDonald's are coming to dominate our entire society. And what are those principles? Efficiency, predictability, uniformity, and control. Efficiency. So a man by the name of Ray Kroc, who is considered the expansion genius behind McDonald's, set out to serve a hamburger, fries, and milkshake in 50 seconds. We tend to think that anything done quickly is, for that reason, good in and of itself. Predictability. You can go to just about any McDonald's anywhere in the world, and you will basically know what you are getting. Uniformity. A slice of cheese weighs exactly 1/2 of an ounce at McDonald's. Fries are cut to 9/32 of an inch thick. And control. McDonald's automated its equipment to cook food at a fixed temperature for a set length of time. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I will see you back again soon. Bye-bye.